The night was calm over the Sea of Galilee, where silence and mystery filled the air. Inside the wooden boat, Peter and the disciples repaired their nets under the faint glow of lanterns. But suddenly, the wind began to rise and dark clouds gathered above the sea. The waves grew stronger, tossing the boat violently, filling every heart with fear. Peter tried to calm the others, but thunder roared and lightning flashed across his face. Through the storm, a figure appeared, Jesus, walking calmly on the water toward them. The disciples trembled in terror, thinking they had seen a ghost. But Jesus lifted his hand and said, "Take courage. It is I. Do not be afraid." Peter leaned forward, his eyes fixed on Jesus amidst the raging storm. He cried out, "Lord, if it is you, command me to come to you on the water." Jesus smiled gently and extended his hand toward Peter. Peter stepped out of the boat, his foot touching the moving waves for the first time. To his amazement, he began to walk on the water toward Jesus. Faith filled his heart and wonder shone in his eyes as he drew closer. But the wind grew stronger, shaking his courage and testing his trust. Peter looked down at the waves beneath his feet, fear returning to his heart. He began to sink, crying out, "Lord, save me!" as water surrounded him. Immediately, Jesus reached out his hand and caught Peter firmly. Their hands met in strength and mercy, light shining between them. Jesus lifted Peter out of the water, and calm began to return to the sea. With gentle eyes, Jesus said, "You of little faith, why did you doubt?" Together, they walked on the water back toward the boat, as the first light of dawn appeared. The disciples reached out their hands to pull them into the boat, filled with awe and relief. As Jesus stepped into the boat, the wind stopped, and the sea became still. The clouds parted, sunlight broke through, and a rainbow appeared above the calm sea. The disciples fell to their knees, worshiping him with reverence and gratitude. Peter bowed his head, humbled, realizing how weak his faith had been. Jesus placed his hand on Peter's shoulder, offering peace and forgiveness. The boat sailed gently under the morning sun, the storm now a distant memory. Peter sat quietly, gazing at the water, where he once walked in faith. Tears filled his eyes, but in them shone a stronger faith reborn. At the bow of the boat, Jesus stood, radiant in the morning light, watching over them all. The Sea of Galilee stretched calm and golden under the rising sun, and the waves whispered a silent truth. Faith begins when eyes are fixed on Jesus,